Shalom and blessings on this beautiful, almost fall day. Today it's just beautiful weather. I'm going to do a little bit of a Garden 2 update. Our squash is kind of doing its thing. We got our sunflowers going on. I'm going to feed those seeds to our chickens. Corn is ripening, almost ready to harvest. We're harvesting it here and there. I put up a bunch of these spotlights, solar powered spotlights. We're in the middle of the woods, so it brightens everything up. Makes you feel like you're in the city with the street lamps, but you can turn them off if you want. So you can always get that country feel. So there's our squash. Squash all over the place. Got pumpkins. There's spaghetti squash. There's butternut squash. There's acorn squash. The squash hanging on the fence. There's watermelon hanging on the fence. They really like to find something to climb. Problem is they get heavy, and that's deer netting, and the deer netting's not made for holding up 10-pound squash, so I've had to brace it with bamboo and tie strings to hold the squash up and the watermelons. But yeah, we're gonna soon harvest all these things, and we'll have food for the winter and all the way in through the spring. Got the corn. Delicious corn. Such a beautiful day. Got Sarah's flowers everywhere. Marigolds, zinnias. Brings in the bees and all the bugs. Over here we got lettuce. Sarah's bean art is starting to produce beans all over it. So we will be getting lots of beans soon. On a blustery, nice day like this, I have chimes everywhere, and you hear a melody on the wind all over the place. It's pretty soothing. This bean teepee is starting to produce too. We've been harvesting off these yellow squash, zucchini, patty pan squash. There's one growing in right here. I just harvested about 7 of these yellow squash yesterday. There's a zucchini in there somewhere that we gotta pluck today. Got more tomatoes over there. Got beans. Got our corn. Corn's real tall. Got more beans over here. Make dilly beans. My father-in-law blessed us with a mini deep freezer, so we're gonna have room to store all this stuff. Plus, I bartered with an old friend for a stand-up freezer. And then we got a regular fridge, so it's gonna be a lot. When we harvest, we're gonna can, we're gonna freeze, but we're getting lots of corn, and this corn will grow in before the freeze. I stepped on something. We got spaghetti squash everywhere. It's all spaghetti squash in here. It's all throughout the corn as well. We got lemon squash as well. Spaghetti squash. Another one. Come through the corn. To our pond we dug. Eventually this whole area is going to be I'm going to dig about 10 or 15 of those along the whole area. Turn it into a fish pond. It's all swamp down here. So I'm turning it all into a nice garden path fish pond. And ends in a waterfall. Come over here. Got all our beans. We're about to harvest them all. These are Purple Hull dry beans. Dry them out. Cook them up. Good source of protein. Got a lot of okra growing in. We've already harvested a whole ton of okra. Everything was late. The freeze was late this year, so made us a little bit afraid that stuff wasn't growing in, but it's all starting to come in now. Got okra all over the place. Got these nice okra flowers. It's crazy. It's got lots of beans. Beans as far as the eye can see. And you can eat them when they're young, just like a green bean. But when they get older, they turn into this, and you can't eat the shell anymore. But as long as they're green, like this. Yum, yum, yum. So, goodbye beans and okra. Oh, got about a 14-foot tall sunflower. My wife's mother said that's the tallest sunflower she's ever seen. Over here we got more cucumbers, and in here you'll find there is cantaloupe in there somewhere. So, hiding. Another view. This whole thing will be a fish farm eventually, as far as you can see, all the way over. It's gonna take some work. Oh look, another spaghetti squash. Another spaghetti squash in there. There's a bunch in there. Man. They're all trees I chopped out of the woods to make our fence. You save a lot of money by utilizing the land to build things. Got our squash hanging on the fence. Got our pumpkins. Got our watermelon right here. Watermelons are finally starting to grow in. That big old pumpkin right there. Over. That's how we water the gardens. That was my original plan, but then it came into my mind to do a fish farm. So protein. Raise ourselves some bluegill, all sorts of stuff, and the water's always, that thing is always full. It's been like that all summer. So there's another pond right there that we dug. We dug a pond in the other garden over there. And I dug out the creek for a sitting area, but we had a couple storms and it kind of just filled it in. So whenever you dig out a creek, just be aware that a couple storms will fill in your hard work. Got some watermelon in the middle of the field, right there. You can see it. You know, watermelons and pumpkins growing over the freaking fence. It's going to be a good harvest. A little bit more than I expected, not as much as I wanted. So, it's a good middle ground. Got our corn. I was going to set up a whole sprinkler system to water this with a timer. Luckily this year we got a lot of rain. Also, to get a pump strong enough to pump it through a bunch of sprinklers, it's like $400 or $500. So next year, I want to be able to work as little as I can because we have big plans for this place. I don't know if you can see some of the fish, that goldfish in there to keep the mosquitoes down. Of course, we got our chimes going. We got our lanterns everywhere. I went out and spent a good bunch of money on lanterns and chimes because Walmart, at the end of the season, they put everything on for sale. So, like that chime right there was $25 original from Tractor Supply. I got it for $9, so I got it for a third of the price. So if you know how to do it, you can save a lot of money and you can get a lot more for a lot less. Yeah, we got this place lights up at night. I got lights everywhere, and kind of looks like Christmas all year round. But if you want a garden and it's on your heart to do it, just keep putting one foot before the other. My wife and I had to go through a whole lot before we got to this point. So, and plus, get a team of people around you that want to do the same thing, and all support each other. With this garden, it's my wife and I, and my dad and my mom have been helping, so that's made it a lot easier with my dad and mom helping. They've supported with money, and my dad has also come out and labored with us. Like he dug all the posts for these fence posts, dug all the holes. He helped me get the machine to dig these ponds. He's the one that tilled the earth when we put the manure on it. So he's been taking a big chunk of the work and helping out. And so he will benefit from this, from the produce of the garden. And he's also been financially helping. So, you know, without a support team, this is really hard. Like me and my wife, we would have still been doing it, but it wouldn't be like this. So get a couple people together to help each other out, and it's a lot easier than trying to do it by yourself. Let's see, can I see a green bean? Yep, there's one right there. Grab it. There it is. That thing lights up at night. Anyways, just wanted to give a garden 2 update at Little Lake Lodge. That's what we're doing around here. It's a lot of work, but it's worth the effort. When it's twilight, I come down here, all the lights are on, walk through the garden. It's a very nice, peaceful time. So, not only does the garden give you food, but it can also give you a restful time just walking through it and watching things grow. Anyways, blessings to all who see this. Shalom, shalom.